What is good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Respectfully. I am your host, Cam Farmer, and today, what time is it? It's 10:05. I wanted to give my takeaways from the NBA playoffs, 5 takeaways, so to speak. We're gonna start. Um, before I begin, I just came back from a ball supporting the A to Xi chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. It was really fun. Had a great time, and yeah, I was definitely happy to support any way that I could have. But yeah, no, it was really dope. But these NBA playoffs have been crazy, crazy to say the least. I mean, looking at Kevin Durant and LeBron James being down 3-0. Granted, LeBron won game 4, but we'll see what Kevin Durant does tonight when they play Minnesota in a crucial game 4, win or go home for the Phoenix Suns. But, when you look at Kevin Durant and LeBron being down 3-0, when you think about the sleeper series and the Cavaliers and the Magic, when you think about New York actually looking like a championship contender, when you think about the strength and the agility, the youth that is present in the Dallas Mavericks series, when you think about just Nikola Jokic, the Denver Nuggets looking like a repeat championship contender, Minnesota making waves, man. Oh my God, dude. Boston, uh, there's so much going on. There's so much going on, but I want to give you my 5 takeaways from the first week of the NBA playoffs. Number 5, let's start with number 5. Number 5, Dallas. Dallas is the winner of the trade deadline. Make no mistake about it. You talk about a team that got stronger. You talk about a team that got more, faster. That you talk about a team that is a lot more younger and hungrier. You talk about their defensive unit got, getting stronger. This is a team to be reckoned with. This is a team that is a force to be reckoned with. And at the end of the day, yes, even though the Clippers won today, this was a grimy get it out of the mud type of win, especially with no Kawhi Leonard in the lineup. You're talking about the defensive contributions of Daniel Gafford and PJ Washington, Derek Lively. I mean, game 3, they had 10 dunks. Majority of those dunks came from lobs in the first half, and Luka just literally picking and having his way with the defense, especially when it comes to baiting big men like Zubac or Plumlee, baiting them, especially Plumlee. Plumlee, the way Plumlee is playing on Luka, that's exactly what Zubac was playing. How Zubac was playing on Luka years ago. So when you think about this Dallas Mavericks team, yes, this is a grimy, get it out of the mud type of series. There is no. I think this is one of the only series where, yes, even though Dallas is probably favored to win by 7 points, that's the line. Like, they're the favorite, but that doesn't mean that the Clippers can't win it. And the Clippers are 2 for 2 without Kawhi Leonard. They won game 1 and they won game 4. So that's just, it's just elite high level basketball being played in the Dallas Clippers series. So number 4, New York. The New York Knicks are a legitimate, not only conference contender, but also a NBA title contender. I know we got a ways to go. They still got to handle business and eliminate Philadelphia, because Philadelphia can come back. They are no ordinary number 7 seed, but New York is looking like a championship contender. I mean, I don't know. Jalen Brunson had 47 today, 47 and 10. The dude is electric. You have the contributions from DiVincenzo, OG Anunoby, who is the glue, a great two-way forward. Nobody talks about him being a two-way forward in this league. You have, alongside the likes of Jimmy Butler, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard. I mean, the list goes on and on. OG Anunoby is that guy. Isaiah Hartenstein got into foul trouble. But you also, and Josh Hart is the heart and soul of that team. Let's just keep it 100. Dude is electric. I love his game. And yeah, man, this is this is probably the first time where I can confidently say that the New York Knicks are legitimately looking like a NBA championship contender. But like I said, there's a ways to go. As of right now, it's looking like they'll play Indiana in the next round. But even in that series, there is no clear favor. We're in playoffs, and this is where this goes to my third takeaway. Playoffs are all about matchups. Very simple. Obviously with the Pacers and the Knicks, which is a potential matchup in the next round, it's all about your matchups. We are going to see potentially the Denver Nuggets play the Minnesota Timberwolves. That series is not a guarantee for the Nuggets, but it's not a guarantee for the Timberwolves either. Regardless of the fact that the Nuggets are defending champions, regardless of the fact that the Minnesota Timberwolves are a top 3 seed in the West, that is all about matchups. Yes, we know what Jokic can do, but how is Rudy Gobert going to match up with that? How is Naz Reid going to match up with that? If Chris Finch puts Cat on Nikola Jokic as a defensive assignment, because Nikola Jokic would be playing the 5, and Rudy Gobert may not be quick enough to get to Jokic, but you have a guy that's versatile like Karl Anthony Towns, who could handle that position. How will they match up? So yeah, that it's really all about your matchups. And this brings me to my second takeaway. OKC look good. OKC looks good. OKC looks good, man. Oh my God. I'm not gonna lie. Shannon Sharpe said that OKC is the weakest number 1 that the Western Conference has seen. And while there is a legitimate case to be made regarding the experience of the Oklahoma City Thunder in this current writing, we must recognize that 10 years ago, the Oklahoma City had Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, all of whom are MVPs in this league, scoring champions, triple-double machines, playmakers. And they were giving the San Antonio Spurs a run for their money. They were giving the Los Angeles Lakers with the Kobe Bryant a run for their money. Now, granted, Kobe was injured. He was kind of he was on the way out of the league. But at the same time, experience. But I think when you think about Oklahoma City and you think about them being led by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who was a potential MVP winner, this guy played with Chris Paul, and Chris Paul does not get his flowers when you talk about the player development. And one of the things that I really liked about Chris Paul is that he's not the guy that's gonna take credit for Shai's work, for what Shai's been able to do. But at the same time, you cannot have that conversation at how Shai has taken on this leadership role and has elevated his style of play without the mentorship and leadership of Chris Paul. People fail to forget. People fail to realize that this Oklahoma City Thunder's team, led by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, along with a Lou Dort, was literally in the running to go to the conference semifinals in the bubble. They lost on a block by James Harden when he was with Houston in the first round. So I say all that to say this: if Zion Williamson was healthy, do I believe that they would have gotten swept? No. But I will say I don't think that the Pelicans would have gotten 2 wins. What I'm saying is OKC would have won in 5. They would have won in 5. That's all I got to say about that. And this leads me to my final takeaway, because we're getting short on time. My final takeaway is this: Paul George, James Harden, thank you. Thank you. And I'm not just saying this as a Kawhi fan. I'm genuinely saying thank you, because you shut people up. You shut people up. You reminded people that you are a superstar. You all are superstars in this league. Today, when I saw the Mavericks game, when I saw Game 4, I saw in this series, I've seen more resemblances. I've seen more Houston James Hardens in this series than I've seen in the past 3 to 4 years when he was with Brooklyn and Philly. James Harden has been the most consistent starter in this series. The man is averaging 26 points a game. He had 28 in Game 1. He had 22 in game 2, 21 in game 3, and he had 33 in game 4. James Harden, thank you. Paul George, even though Paul George has the contract speculation about whether or not he's going to leave in free agency or whether he's going to resign, the man showed that he is a star in this league, and he showed that he can step up when it matters the most, because this was a pivotal game 4. And who's to say that they would have went home and won? Because in this Dallas and Clippers series, there is no guarantee. There is no guarantee that each team that the Clippers would win. There is no guarantee that the Mavericks would win. So when you wrap everything up and you put a little bow on top of it, you have to give the flowers to Tyronn Lue. Tyronn Lue had these guys ready. Zubac was ready. Terrence Mann was ready. Amir Coffey stepped up in the starting role, having the starting nod over the PJ Tuckers and the Bones Highland. He stepped up. Norman Powell, who should have 6 Man of the Year recognition, the dude stepped up, and that's really all that it comes down to. Step up, man. It's the next man up mentality. So these playoffs till June, mid-June, it's going to be so freaking dope. I'm excited to see where this is going to go. And at the end of the day, whoever wins the NBA championship, it's not a guarantee that they will repeat the year after. Very simple. And this playoffs is a grimy and get it out the mud. This is a different playoffs, man. This is different. So I'm excited to see what's gonna go down in the next few weeks, next few months. But we have a long road to whomever hoists up the Larry O'Brien trophy. But yeah, I hope you all have a great night. This is the end of this episode, but I hope you all have a great night. Stay safe. God bless you guys. Love.